Flyers TV is sponsored by the Bay Hotel. Todd, first of all, what was your reaction to the loss to Sheffield Steelers on Sunday?
Well, another game that we were in, but a couple errors that we made end up costing us a couple goals, and unfortunately let a shorthanded goal slip by, and we went down to a tough old Sheffield building where many times over the past we haven't really competed, but we did. We outshot them. But we just couldn't find a way to get to the back of the net, and ultimately that cost us.
Did you see enough of Sheffield to think that Fife can get the points on Saturday?
Yeah, no, absolutely. I feel that if we had that little bit more edge and that offensive spark, I mean, that could have been our hockey game. I mean, we were right with them, and it was a good hockey game. It was just the scoreline didn't go our way. So I mean, we addressed these guys tonight. They had a great practice tonight. That it's very important that these guys start believing in themselves and believing that they can take points off these teams, specifically at home.
Against the Southern Conference teams like Sheffield Steelers, how big a scalp is it when Fife beat teams like that?
Well, I don't know if it's even considered a scalp anymore. I think it's vital that us as a club think that absolutely we should be beating these teams. You know what? We've competed well in our division. We found ourselves tied for the top of our division, but very limited success against these southern teams, whether it's matchup or whatever. But we've addressed it, and it's important for our league campaign, and must that out of this weekend we definitely take some points.
How big a contrast do you think it is for these arena teams to come into a place like the Fife Ice Arena?
I don't know how much of a contrast it is. I mean, these teams, like specifically our division this year, like Dundee and Edinburgh, even Manchester and always Braehead are defeating these teams, and we're not right now. Albeit a couple close matches. We had Cardiff 3-1 here. In Sheffield 3-1. We went down to Nottingham, didn't play our greatest game, but you know what, we were in that hockey game. But it's just not enough. So reiterated to these boys that it's important that they exude some confidence, specifically in their home building, and like I said earlier, start grabbing some points from these teams.
When you mention the success the Northern Conference teams have had against Southern Conference teams, is there lessons to be learned from teams like Edinburgh Capitals, for example?
I don't know. It's hard to say because for the most part we've had a lot of success against our own division, and some of these teams are going down and having success against Southern. So it could be that it's team match. Some teams you just match up well against, and you feel confidence against. So it's a long season and there's a lot of hockey to be played. We're certainly right in the mix division-wise, and we got a lot of division games coming up after this weekend. But I think it's important that we really kick off our league campaign, and it's going to take beating southern teams on a regular basis.
Is there a difference in style and physicality between the Northern Conference sides and the Southern Conference?
Yeah, probably. Maybe a bit depth as well too. But teams, for example, Edinburgh, they just want to play a run and gun game, and you can see some nights they're finding success from it, and their goaltender's really busy, but their goaltender's stopping pucks for them 40-45 shots a night, and they're relying heavily on their offense, and it's up to this point it's been successful. We're starting to chase them down. I think we're only a couple points behind them, a couple games in hand. And, that's a team that we're definitely tracking, as well as Dundee. I have to give those guys credit. I mean, I think I heard an interview the other day saying, 14 weeks, they managed to get a point from every weekend. That adds up. There's weekends where we've probably let points slip away. So we're not far behind. But if you think that if we got an overtime point here or there, or probably one or two of them that we should have. I imagine all teams say that, but we're in a different position. But we're not in a bad position, and it's time to turn the screw here. Though this is make it or break it time.
Are you excited by the prospect of having two Southern Conference teams coming into the Old Barn this weekend back to back?
Yeah, I mean, I think for the last maybe 2.5 weeks, 3 weeks, we've been playing some good hockey, and it's really transferred. You can tell the guys out in the ice are a lot more confident. I mean, we lost Leasy for the third period there on Sunday, and we were shorthanded, and we had the empty net for 2 minutes. We had a lot of guys who were really tired, but they kept pushing right to the end, and the effort level's there, the physicality's there, everything that we've addressed. It's just this offensive spark that we're looking for. We found it on Saturday for a bit, but addressing it in the room and working on it for a week of practice isn't going to instantly solve it. It's a process that we have to go through and continue, and possibly look for some help from the outside. But right now, this is what we got, and it's important that we find a way to the back of the net.
Cheers, Todd.
Thank you.